Okay, we have the template open for the week 3 A3 assignment for color theory, and I'm going to see if I could show you how to do it using Photoshop. And so first I think I will make this side a little bigger so that we can see it a little bit better. Now we need to choose our colors, and so I'm going to choose this tool here, the line tool, and I think I'll just choose purple and yellow green here because they're directly opposite on the color wheel. And so I'm going to take my first color and fill that in here. And I'm going to sample my second color and fill that in over here. Now we need to create tints, tones, and shades, and I'm going to do that quickly. We'll start with the green since I have it up, and I'm just going to keep adding more white to the mix until we get a nice light tint. And then for the tones, I'm going to keep adding gray, and I'm using darker and darker tone of gray as we go across. And then for shades, I'm going to add black, okay, and in the same way you can create tints, tones, and shades over here, and I'm just going to create that quickly offline. Okay, so here we have tints, tones, and shades of purple also. And I need to create a background, and since they're both ambiguous colors in terms of temperature, one is not going to recede or advance more than the other. And so since purple is naturally a darker color, I think I'm going to choose that for the colors that recede. And so I'm going to start with a pretty dark tone of purple and fill that in for our background. And then for our next shape, I'm going to make it a little bit lighter and brighter. And I'm going to use the rectangle tool and come in here and draw a rectangle. And just to make it a little more interesting, I'm going to go to Edit, Transform, and choose Skew. And then I can just change this around and make it look a little more interesting. Hit Enter. Alright, so now I'm going to use the same tool again, but I want it to be a little bit lighter and brighter, so I'm going to choose this and get my same tool back. You see the color hasn't changed. I need to open this up first and then choose the color, and you see now it has changed. I'm going to click on OK and create a shape that is a little bit larger, and Edit, Transform, Skew, and change it and hit Enter. And I think I will move that just over here. And now I will get another shape, and I do want it to be nice and light and bright, so I'm going to choose this. OK, and Edit, Transform, Skew. I think I need to make this even a little smaller. Okay, make it look like that. And Enter. And so we have these in the background, and then I'm going to use the green for the shapes that will have more scale and emphasis. And so I need to change the color, and so I'm going to get my rectangle tool and still want this one to recede a little bit. And I'm going to come up here and choose this color, click on OK. And you notice it changed the last shape, and so I'm going to Control Z to undo that and come up here and draw my shape first, and then change the color and click on OK, and Edit, Free Transform, Skew. Alright, and I'm going to hit Enter, and I can move this over here. Alright, so now I'm going to draw another shape, make this even bigger, and I want to change the color and I'm going to make it nice and light and bright. Click on OK and edit, transform, skew, and let's see what I can do with it. And I'll hit enter. Okay, that looks pretty good. I'm going to leave them right there. This one is the largest and there's the most contrast, and so it has the point of emphasis. And you see, as we go back, we're decreasing the value in the saturation, and so that is making them recede. Alright, now that we have this design, we need to create a duplicate over here and change the colors to split complementary. And so I'm going to select this design. Let me try that again. I'm going to select it and edit, and I want to copy it merged. And then I'm going to select deselect. And I'm going to come down here and see if I can move this over so that you can see this side. Now I'm going to edit and paste and get the move tool and move it into position. So now I need to choose split complementary colors, and so I'm going to get the line tool, and let's go with something that looks a little bit different. I'm going to choose orange. If I would go, whoops, let me come up here. I'm going to get my line tool, and if I were to go straight across, I would have a cyan blue. But we know we can't go straight across. We need to choose colors that are on either side of it. And so I'm going to go here and here. Okay? So those will be my three colors. And so I'm just going to grab this color and pour it in here. And then offline, I will fill in the charts for the other colors. So here you see I've created tints, tones, and shades of my three colors for the split complementary color harmony. And since blue is the warmest color, well, we have blue and cyan are pretty warm colors, but cyan is so light and bright, I'm going to save that one for letting it come forward. I'm going to choose probably the darkest blue we have here and get the paint bucket tool and fill in the background. And so it went and filled in the whole thing. And so for this one, I think I will choose cyan, but have it a fairly dull shade because I still want it to recede. Alright, and then I'm going to have a little bit of blue in the background here. Okay, but it's still duller and darker. And then I'm going to, let's use another tone of cyan. Alright, and so we have our cooler colors in the background. We're gradually getting larger till we get to our focal point of interest, and I'm going to save that for nice light bright orange. And for this little bit smaller one, maybe I'll choose just a little bit darker tone of orange. Okay, so now you see we have our two designs, one with split complementary, one with complementary, and make sure you save this in native mode so that you could go back and change it around if you need to. And then for the copy that you will post, you'll go to File, Save for the Web, and Devices. And this is a good setting here. Really should be 800, but since this was a template, you can just leave that. And then you want to click on Save and save it wherever. And you're done.